I just gotta ask you something. I feel like as I get older, I just get way more irritated with little things. I don't know if you experience this.
Yeah.
I feel like when I was younger, I just didn't care about certain things.
Yeah.
But now, like, if I'm late to something or like I gotta be somewhere and there's a car going slow or something, it just rubs me just a little bit wrong sometimes. And I'm just like, it not all the time, but just sometimes. Then I catch myself. I'm like, why am I just so worked up right now over absolutely nothing?
I don't think it's getting older. I mean, I think that plays a part. I think it's when you have children, something just, I mean, you're your dad now. Like you're just every middle-aged dad in the country, and everybody's frustrated for no reason. I don't know why. Like it happens to me all the time. I'm like, why am I?
And I used to not care. Like I used to literally just be like, all right, whatever. Like I'll see myself just like, what the hell are you doing? Get out of the way. I gotta go. Move.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's when you become a parent, because when we didn't have any kids, it's like nobody cares.
Yeah.
So I wasn't
you're just on your own time. I mean,
I feel like everything is responsibility. Once you have a kid, everything is responsibility now. And it's kind of like, everything matters now. Like everything is fucking life or death after you have a kid. And I feel like before I had a kid, I was nonchalant, didn't care about much.
Well, it's funny too, because it's like my dad was always like, we got to be on time, we got to be early, we got to be on time. And then now it's like I'm just gradually doing that, where I'm like, I don't, because it is like a reflection of you though. It's like if your kid's late, that's on you. That's like on the parents.
You've heard it your whole life from your parents. So yeah,
it's like and that's why your parents stressed about it, because it's like if I show up late, no one cares if the kid's late, but it's like, oh, your parents are lazy.
Sure. Yeah, facts. Yeah, like, oh, did you show up today? I was okay. Your parents not on top of things at home. Huh? Yeah. No, for sure. The kid's just like, I don't know.
Oh, your kid's 10 minutes late every day. Like, your parents are lazy.
Oh no,
like,
that's one thing about us though. It's like I will make sure everybody is. One thing about me, I'm an early bird, and I'm a stickler about being on time to places. So
yeah.
I don't know why. I think I've always been like that, even more so once I became a parent. But even with like my wife, she never used to get up in the mornings. But like since we've had kids, it's complete 180. She just came back from Toronto with her friends. They went to a concert. Like she could not sleep in. Like she found herself waking up every single day, 8 a.m. Everybody else, all her friends are knocked out until like noon. She's just like, yeah, I don't know what to do. This was never me. I think it's because once you have kids, you literally just turn into your parents.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing. Like no matter how hard you try, it's almost when you try not to do it harder, you become them quicker. And I feel like for me, I feel like I just have my parents' head or voice in the back of my head the entire time. And I'm like, don't do the same things that your parents did. Not that anything was bad with that. It's just like, I kind of want to do things my own way, but I guess my own way is my parents' way.
Yeah, but I mean, there's certain things though. It's like the good things like punctuality, being on time, being early, all that stuff like matters. It's just something that's drilled in your head. Because like my parents were like that. Like we were never late. My dad loves sports.
Family.
But my dad was a coach, so it's like, but like that just like stuck with me, because it was like I went back to coaching when I went back to coaching college. I did, obviously, like I told the story of like, getting in trouble at college for like doing certain stuff, doing like, not going to study hall, or doing, not always being on top of certain things. But I'll never forget when I came back to coach for my coach, like a part of the staff. He was like, we sat down. He's like, hey, Steven, like, I know you had your things in college. Obviously, I was a really good player. God. But he's like, I was never late for practice or like a team meeting. When it came to sports, I never was late. Like, anything ever, like in 4 years at college, like never missed a practice, never was late for a practice, never late for a team meeting, never anything to do with that. Now I got disciplined in other areas like school and other BS things that I just didn't care about, but it's like that thing was so ingrained in my brain that like
was a little different, because the consequences are a lot more dire and a lot more physical if you miss a practice or a team meeting, as opposed to missing a shoot around. You're just going to get in trouble. But at the same time, you're going to be like, twice as much trouble for not showing up to a practice or being late to a practice, bro. You're running for days. Well, like, that's probably what you were thinking, the worst of the worst. So let me not gamble with that one.
Well, and like I also feel like I mean, the best part of sports is playing the games, and I never wanted to jeopardize like not playing.
Not being able to play.
Yeah, like not being able to play because it's like, what do you do this for? Like, bro, I'll never forget. We had a team meeting. I swear to you. Okay, so I had a teammate. He was from Montreal. His name was Jim. He's from
Montreal. Nice.
He was from Nigeria and then moved to not Montreal. So he spoke French. Jim was probably like 26 in college. I don't know his real age. I always asked him all the time. But
easily,
we had a team meeting before like a scrimmage, our first like scrimmage of the year. This dude was upstairs doing schoolwork. Comes in and he's supposed to start. Like this was his year. Boom, all this stuff supposed to be good. Comes in like 10 minutes late. And our coach is like, "Oh yeah, you're not playing today." Like in front of everybody. Like, you're not playing. You're not playing.
You're done.
Yeah. And he just like, I mean, he lost it. He's like, "Coach told me I was with the other coach upstairs doing study hall." Like, dude, that's how our coach was, and it was just like it was unreal. We're all sitting there like, "Oh shit." Like,
note to self.
Literally, I'm talking like he's like literally right above us in the study room, like
looking down as you guys like, damn, I should be down there, but the coach
then comes in and walks in like, oh, he thought it was all fine, like all good, and just
maybe if you'd have showed a little bit of hustle, maybe that would have saved him. But anytime nonchalant,
and then our assistant coach that was like kind of in charge of his like academics and all, like because there's always a coach that's in charge of like certain players. He was just like beat red in the corner, like he knew that it was partially on him. Yeah, it's like partially on him, and he just stood there like,
talk to coach after.
Yeah,
I'll tell him. I'm not gonna tell him now. Fuck that. I didn't do anything wrong. Damn,
unreal. But yeah, you've been sending me this stuff nonstop. What is this at 3i Atlas? Explain
3i Atlas. I've been waiting to talk about this. I'm ready for it. 3i Atlas is a comet that was discovered in, I think, like mid-July. 3i Atlas, the reason why it's named 3i Atlas is 3 for the third interstellar object that's been observed coming through our solar system. And when I mean interstellar, it's not, local. So it's coming from somewhere else, entering our solar system and just doing its own thing. The reason why everybody, at least I'm freaking out, I know a ton of people are, is because it's not behaving similar to how other comets were observed. Like this one has its own flight trajectory where it's going on its own path has anything to do with the sun. So when things come to our solar system, the sun's the heaviest thing, so it kind of rotates and gets on path with that. This thing is kind of doing its own thing. It's kind of just coming in. It's all type of conspiracies, but it's coming through our solar system right now. It's in a phase of perihelion or whatever it is, which means it's closest point to the sun. So the interesting thing about it now is the fact that people have been trying to observe this thing for the last few months, and it's kind of like really deep off into space, but there's a point where it was passing Mars. It was really close, maybe like, 40,000, kilometers away from Mars or some crazy shit like that. So, we have like rovers and space agencies on Earth have rovers out on Mars and satellites around Mars. So they all try to take a picture of this thing. They all, took a picture of this thing, and everybody's waiting to see what this thing is. And I think like the next day after they took the picture, the government shutdown happened. NASA went down. Nobody hears pretty much.
Do these pictures? You gotta take these pictures to Walgreens to develop. What's going on? Why do they take so long? You can't see it right away.
So ever since the shutdown, and here's the thing: we have a government shutdown, but like the space agencies in China and other countries, they're
still going. They're still going. So they have confirmed taking pictures of these things, but nobody's releasing it. So it's gone quiet. People have been tracking this thing, and it just trying to figure out what the hell it is. And there's actually a professor from Harvard, Avi Loeb, has crazy theories about what this thing may be. He thinks that is a chance that it could be some type of extraterrestrial intelligence. And he's saying that based off, the way it's moving, the way it's behaving, and it's not really, moving the same as other comets. And I think he wants it to be extraterrestrial, and that would be dope if it is. But right now it's so dope that it's just this weird object that's floating through space, and there's so much mystery around it that it's kind of getting everybody's attention. I've seen it. You've talked to me about it, and there's a lot. I haven't really looked into it, but like, it pops up on my algorithm. Well, isn't there like something that there's no like trail with the comet, and that's something that's
the
unique
comet
about
tells
it?
a lot. Yeah. So usually when a comet is coming through, there'll be a trail, and usually like the comets are just massive rocks or some type of extraterrestrial material coming through space, whatever it may be, is coming through our atmosphere or our solar system. And as it goes by, it starts to shed some of the elements and some of the dust that's on the thing. So that's how the tail forms. But the weird thing with this is the atlas isn't always like showing a tail. They've seen that it's had a tail at some point, but then out of nowhere, the tail started coming from the front of the comet. So that was very strange. There's a lot of like elements that are falling off this thing as it gets closer to the sun, as it continues to melt, which I think personally is why it changes directions, because some of this, I mean, who knows what is out there beyond our solar system or what type of elements they have, but whatever's coming through our solar system is interacting with the sun, and you can tell it's starting to heat up and melt away because it's causing it to move sporadically. But right now, I think on the 28th, it actually disappeared out of view, and it's currently behind the sun. So right now is a huge kind of moment to observe this thing, because the trajectory they have it on, if it does anything else outside of being where they projected it to be, is going to cause a lot of people to speculate this could be extraterrestrial intelligence. It might not be a spacecraft or a alien mothership or whatever, but it could be something that was sent from a different part of space,
or their version of a satellite or something.
That's what I'm just to combine and collect data or whatever it may be. So like,
I mean, there's always been a lot of those though. I mean, a lot of those theories that like they come in.
So for sure, so
always like always watching over everywhere.
Yeah, and it's funny because I think like in the 1970s or the 80s, they sent. I think one of the space agencies here sent out a signal into space. It was called like the WOW signal, right? They sent it far out into space. I forgot which direction they sent it in, and that was in the 70s. And where through Atlas is coming from is like 9 degrees off that direct like signal they sent it out. So some people think, hey, maybe it's just somebody responding to that signal that we sent out all those years ago, and it's finally making its way back here. But who knows? I think in the next day or two, there's going to be a lot more people trying to observe this thing. And that's just the perihelion is the closest point it's going to be to our sun. There's also going to be another point, and I think maybe early December, maybe late November, where it's going to reach its closest point to us, which is still millions of miles away, like not even close. And I think that's when people will start to really get, and that's when people here on Earth will just be able to point the telescope in a direction and be able to see what this thing is. So it's very interesting to see what NASA is going to do and what they're going to say, because like, man, they've had these pictures for about 3 weeks now, 3.5 weeks with radio silence. And they've been tracking this thing all the way up until the point they took the picture and the government shutdown happened. So like just the amount of radio silence that we're getting from a lot of these space agencies that are especially not in, all fighting for like that prestige of being like the leader in space exploration, it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to say about this. And I'm honestly going to be a little skeptical too, because it's like, you guys took a picture of it. Why don't you guys just tell us the next day or two? The fact that you guys are hiding it this long or keeping it to yourselves makes it seem to me that whatever you give us might be tampered with or edited or, photoshopped or whatever it may be. But it's, I'm sure, just a lot of security details and measures that they're going to want to keep to themselves. But at the end of the day, I mean, we'll know. I mean, that's the crazy thing. Whatever they tell us, we'll be able to look through the telescope in a month from now and to look up into the sky and actually verify that. So to me, whether this thing is just a random rock floating through space or alien invasion, like this is all a super dope time to be alive and kind of witness this thing and to see it from. I've been hearing about this thing since July, and every single day since then, this thing has been getting progressively stranger and stranger and stranger to where it's like a lot of people can't explain it. And I think that's what's captivating so many people. You got like religious people going nuts. You have fake psychic people going nuts. You have the actual science community going nuts. Like, I swear, man, it's so many different
I see
theories.
it everywhere.
It's like people are really excited about this thing, and the fact that our government is being secretive about it kind of makes me that much more like
interested. Because if it was something that wasn't really,
because if it was just a regular comet, I think they would have said that by now.
Like
and the
Sally's
fact that
comment,
bro. Even that is 10 times more normal than what we have here. Like this is it's crazy. It's coming from out of our solar system. Who knows?
I don't know why I thought of Sally's comment, but it just like I remember.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
And Hey Arnold.
Coming back every 6. Yeah. Oh, yes. Every 86 years or something is coming by. It's just like I know that's okay.
I remember watching that as a kid and watching
not
Hey
that
Arnold.
episode, but
Sally's comment.
Sally's
the grandpa's like, I saw it when I was 5.
When I was 6. Yeah.
And now it's back and he's like 80. But how much time are you spending looking this stuff up? I mean, obviously
it's a lot of my algorithm. I love it. It's to me, I've always loved space. I've always loved, things that you can't explain. I'm a big conspiracy kook.
So do you think
this has me on the edge of my seat?
So you think it's extraterrestrial, or do you think it's
I don't know what it is. I think what it is, honestly, it's extraterrestrial in nature. When I mean that, I mean it's extra just means from outside of our solar system, and then terrestrial just means a planet Earth-like material, whatever, something organic. I just think it's something that is completely different from all of the elements and all of their laws of nature that happen in our solar system. It's just something strange coming from somewhere else. And of course, we don't know what to expect because we don't know what the hell is out there. So this thing flying through our solar system is going to act strange. And yes, by nature, we here on Earth are going to fucking look at it and come up with A, B, C, and D different types of theories. So whatever it is, it's super interesting. It's super interesting, and I'm just happy to be alive to witness it. I feel
you think the government shutdown has anything to do with any of it, or no? I thought I saw something that people are trying to tie all that together.
I don't know, man.
Like,
I don't know.
this is we're getting all this information, and then all of a sudden the government shuts down.
Well, I mean, all I know is that today and tomorrow are going to be the 2 biggest days, because I feel like after tomorrow is going to be a explosion of information that comes out, whether it's true or not. It's going to be hard to sift through, but I'm locked in, bro. I just watched. You know what's funny too? I watched. You ever seen that movie on Netflix, Don't Look Up, with Leonardo DiCaprio?
No.
Absolutely phenomenal, because it's kind of similar to this situation, right? Like, what would the government do if they had some information that regarded the safety of us here on Earth? Would they keep it to themselves, or would they let us know? That movie is the perfect movie to go watch if you're into this 3-Eye Atlas, because at the end of the day, Leonardo DiCaprio and what's her name, Jennifer Lawrence, they found a comet coming through Earth, or coming on a direct path to hit Earth. They tell the government's just like, we got midterms coming up. And it's just a whole nother story. And it's fucking hilarious. And it kind of reminds me of the situation, even more so now that NASA is crickets. So,
yeah. And those type of things, especially if other countries, they always battle for information and who knows, and not try to let it out, give other people tips, things like that.
We'll know soon, though. So I'm excited. I'll keep you guys updated.
Speaking of 3 eyes, 3 L's, the Magic are 1 and 4. We talked about it before. Good team. Start the year off with a win.
Yeah.
4 straight losses. What's happening in paradise in Orlando right now?
I want to call it fucking paradise.
Talking about the city.
Oh, okay, cool.
Actually, there's a lot of trouble in Orlando right now. People are dying at Disneyland.
Yeah, that's super sketch. Super sketch.
Stuff's happened at Disneyland, and then
we're getting stuck in the back halls.
And let's talk about the Magic first, then we get to Disneyland.
Honestly, and it's crazy because I've been watching every other game except the Magic. I feel like it's so hard to catch a Magic game live unless you just go to the stadium. True. But from the looks of it, from what I've been seeing, just in the highlights and the recaps in the morning, they're having a hard time getting the offense flowing, and the defense isn't as solid as it normally is. And I think right now it's it feels like a new team, because you have Desmond Bain and I always forget this kid's name, Tyus Jones.
Tyus Jones.
He hasn't been playing great lately, but I feel like once they, start to get more comfortable with each other, they should be able to take off. It's a rough start right now, but they can only, not only get better, but they're going to have to find their way out of this because it's tough to start like this because now you feel like you're behind the 8-ball. But it's all about how much you're going to get better from here to, throughout the season. You have to find ways to get better. It's a start. It's not anything to panic or jump ship over, but I think it's going to be something they figure out. And once they start getting into rhythm, they should start to take off a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, last night they lose to the Pistons by 20, and the Pistons are 3-2 right now. So it's not like the Pistons are. They're good. They got a bunch of young good talent. So it's not like
team in the league right now. Yeah.
But it's not like they're losing to the Pistons 5 years ago that were, one of the worst teams in the NBA. But I was kind of following along with that game, and it was close, and then all of a sudden you just fall apart, and it's one of those things.
Yeah,
but it's early, and how it is in the NBA season. I mean, I don't know. Have you been on a team that starts 1-4? Probably. I don't know.
Of course, bro. Yeah.
And what's like the atmosphere like with the coaches and with the team at that point? Obviously, you have 80 plus games, so
it's much different situation. Like when we went 1-4 is because we were kind of like at the bottom of a barrel type team. Like we were still, trying to figure out what direction we're going to go. But as far as the Magic, I don't think they should panic. I think they all should, find a way to kind of figure out what they need to do to get this thing rolling. And it's going to be tough because, having a new point guard as well as having a new wing player, it's going to take time to let everybody find, their space, the rhythm, their niche. But at the end of the day, man, like if nothing else, the defense should be what you guys at least have a chance to win the game at the end of a game. And it just feels like they're not there all the way defensively. I'm sure they will get there, but at the end of the day, defense has to remain the identity of this team because you're going to have times where you're not going to make shots and the ball's not going to go through the hoop, but you have to have something to fall back on. And, this team for the last 2-3 years has been defensive-minded, tough, and they outplay their opponent. And I think it's going to take a little bit to get back into the swing of that, but they're going to have to try to do that pretty soon.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's almost kind of a good problem to have that early on because they have the offensive firepower. There's some teams I've watched that's like they don't have guys that can score the ball, and that's like if you don't have that and then you don't have defense, it's like you're never going to win any games. But Coach Mosley, this team, and it's kind of one of those things where, and I went through in my career. It's like my freshman year of college, I played my hardest defense of my life because I wanted to get on the court. Yeah. So you're starting to get these guys that are a couple years in that were giving a lot more energy on the defensive end, but now they're becoming elite scorers. And now you start to kind of have that chill mode on defense. And you see it in basketball all the time with you're scoring 25 points a game, but you don't do as much.
Getting you the win.
Yeah, you're not doing as much on defense as you used to because you're getting a little bit older. You're just kind of trying to get the ball, and
they probably know that. They probably know that, man. To lose by 20 to a team that should not be beating you by 20. Yeah, you guys are. I think they're going to be emphasizing that. I know how Mose is, and who knows? I know they have a new they have a new coaching staff with the assistants. Most of them are from Dallas or have been coaching with Mosley before. So who knows what type of new rules or new principles they have. And that could be a little bit of why they're having such a slow start. It's trying to break old habits to form new ones. But, I don't think there's any reason to panic just yet. It's a long way. Like, I can easily see this team winning 3, 4, 5 in a row every now and again. So they just have to handle the defensive end.
Yeah, and you look at the East right now, and I got the standings pulled up. You got the Bulls at 4-0. In 1 seed, you got the 76ers at 4-0 in the 2 seed. Heat 3-1. The Heat were like those are teams that weren't projected to be up there. And I know we're 4 games in, but Bulls 4-0. Your boy Vucevic, their team looks good. They got some of those young guys, Matthias Buzili or what's his? I don't even know how to say his name. Unreal.
Yeah.
And then And in the 76ers, you got Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey is like leading the league in scoring. You probably have two of the quickest players in the NBA at your guard position.
Crazy
Tyrese Maxey, and Edgecombe with, Joel Embiid injured and not playing as much. Paul George still injured. Jared McCain still hasn't come back. It's crazy right now. The NBA is crazy right now. Just the start of it, just in general in the full league.
Yeah, everybody's playing well right now. And it's good. They need that. But at the end of the day, I think you don't want to stay on this path too long, because you're going to be looking back at this 60 games from now and be like, man, we could have really used those 3 or 4 games in the season that just kind of got away from us, because it's going to be close. I feel like whatever happens, it's going to be close. You know how the season starts. One team could be number 1 for 3 weeks, and the next, they're fighting to get into.
They lose 10 games, 8 games in a row, or whatever the case may be.
And you have to know that type of change and that mix-up is going to come at some point down the line. So if the Magic can just lock in and get this thing on the right track, this will be a bad memory and a learning lesson for them. So,
but yeah, you're right, because you don't. It's not like you want to say
the elite teams will do that, but it's open in the league right now.
Yeah, and you don't want, like you said, you don't want to be like, 1-4 is not a great start, but like you look back at, let's say you're at game 75 and
you're fighting for home court.
Well, yeah, exactly. Let's say you could be fighting for a play-in spot, those 3-4 games that start the year off, or you're fighting for that 4-5 spot where you're like trying to get home court. And then it looks back and you're like, oh man, we started off like how we shouldn't have. Now we might have hit our groove. But now if you look at the West is interesting, because it's the Thunder 5-0, which we expected. The Spurs are 4-0, and I know we've been talking about it a lot. Wembanyama has just been something else. And then you go Warriors, Nuggets, Trailblazers, Lakers.
There's some injuries in the West. I think LeBron comes back, and a few other people come back.
Timberwolves didn't play last night. I watched that game. Austin Reeves hit a game winner floater.
He's been playing
unbelievable. Rockets are 2-2. I think they're trying to find their groove. Yeah. But Wemby, it's something else, man. He had like 9 blocks the other night. It's hard for me not to see him be MVP and defensive player of the year. Yeah, but then you got Jokic, who's the first player ever to start the season with 4 straight triple doubles.
Yeah, man.
It's just
it's different though. Like Wemby he's doing things we have never seen before.
But so is Jokic.
Like we have no.
We've never seen it. He's never. Are you saying physically, visually seen?
No. We know Jokic can get triple doubles, and people have gotten triple doubles, but nobody has played the brand and style of basketball that Wembanyama has played so far. He's doing everything in a manner we have never seen anybody that size do. To me, he is probably easily the best basketball player I have seen with my own 2 eyes. Like I just don't see. LeBron was great. I never got to see Jordan. I got to see Kobe, but it's just the amount of things he can do. He's elite. I saw a stat where he's at 120 games into his career. He has more points than LeBron. He has more blocks than Hakeem. He has more threes than Steph, and he has more rebounds than Karl Malone.
Yeah,
that is insane. We just got to this point in basketball where we've never seen anybody do anything LeBron has done. 20 plus straight years, the scoring title, insane. Steph making all these threes, insane. You're telling me right during their career that a guy's on pace to, Lord willing, if he stays healthy, to break those? Come on, bro. And this is his 3rd year.
Yeah.
Guys usually take that huge leap year 4, 5, 6. So if this is how he's playing in year 3, it's just hard to fathom how good he can be.
It's going to be health.
4 years now.
Though. It's health, though. To beat LeBron, just even looking at LeBron's scoring record, that's going to be so hard to beat unless you have to play.
You have to play
a long time.
He had the blood clot is a freak accident. But outside of that, if you look at how Wemby takes care of his body and you look how he trains and how he approaches a game, brother.
Yeah.
It's
unreal.
Very LeBron-esque.
Yeah.
even if you just like pull up a video of like Wemby stretching, he's 7'4", probably 7'5", and like he can grab the bottom of his feet standing straight up, and like it's his flexibility. He's dunking and standing. Yeah, we saw it. He was holding on to the rim and his toes on the ground. Like it's unreal.
And he moves unreal. Yeah, it's
credit to Jokic for doing what he's done and how he's been doing it. But at the end of the day, brother, oh my Lord, I've never seen a 7'6" alien do any of this.
That's going to be an interesting matchup too. Like a fully healthy Wemby versus Jokic. Like that game's going to be. People are going to want to see that. That's going to be good watch. Lakers. I know we just talked about Austin Reeves. I watched him last night. Unbelievable. He had 6. So this week he's gone 50 points, 40 points,
41.
And then last night, so basically in 3 games, he went 50, 40. Last night he had 16 assists, career high. They beat a Timberwolves team. The Lakers are missing
and the game winner.
Yeah, the Lakers are missing 6 players on their roster. Their main, most of their main players. Austin Reeves, do you think? And you've been in practices. When you practice with someone else that's good, so Austin Reeves had a chance to work with Luka for a while now. That has to rub off on him. Like it has to rub off on his obviously his ability was always there, but this is a different level of and he's always progressed 15 points, 18 points, but he's scoring 25, 30, 40, 50 points.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to give. Luka,
I'm not trying to give Luka the credit.
Oh, for sure.
Credit, but there's I've watched players before and I read them and I'm like, dang, I want to do it. I start to see how they do certain stuff, and then you are like, okay, I can implement some of that little stuff into mine. Sure.
I mean, the learning aspect, it's probably there. He's probably been around long enough to notice how Luka approaches the game. He might have nitpicked and take things from him to kind of apply to his own game, but at the same time, I think that. Another guy, he's probably entering his prime. He's getting the confidence of being around a LeBron, being around a Luka, and then having that confidence and ability to be like, oh yeah, I can play at this level, I can dominate this level, and I know this game, and he's proving it right now. But to me, this, as well as he's playing, I feel like it's going to start to bring up questions like, all right, is there enough space on this team for him with how he's playing? Is this going to draw a lot of attention from other teams? They'd be like, hey, we might need to trade for a guy like that right now. Does the Lakers, they're going to have a decision to make. You have LeBron, Luka. You have him who's playing at an ungodly clip. What happens when LeBron comes back? What happens when Luka comes back? Is he still going to be the focal point of that offense? It's going to kind of remind me of a situation similar to OKC, where you have 3
James,
really good players.
Russ.
You have James, Russ, KD. How can this sustain itself without them stepping on each other's toes? And I understand that LeBron is probably, at the tail end of his career more so than, the bulk of the.
That doesn't matter though, because he's so ball dominant. It's I know he's trying to play the ball and LeBron wants his points. He wants his. He's not going to settle for not getting.
I just think he wants to be. He needs to be involved.
Yeah,
the way that they all play,
he would retire. He would retire. Yeah. LeBron doesn't. Like you said, he does not want to not be involved. So then you can't have 3 ball dominant guys. It just doesn't work. But here's the thing: it just does not work.
LeBron's still going to be out for some time, a couple more weeks until he gets reevaluated. Luka is he's going to be back pretty soon.
Yeah.
But if you were the Lakers, what would you do? What would you do?
You got. Their biggest thing has always been they're just trying to get a big. And I watched DeAndre Ayton and I watched these other guys, Jackson Hayes, and I'm just like, all right, they're fine, but they're not
we need a dirty work big like a Zubats
but we can also give the ball to down low, and he's not going to fumble it. He's going to.
But now you have Austin Reeves, who you can use as an asset to potentially explore that market.
Go get Lauri Markkanen.
There's so many plays.
He's really good.
He had a nice 50 ball too.
And he's 7 foot. But also he needs the ball too.
They need a big. They need
a true big, like a true center.
The way Luka has been playing, and the way LeBron plays, he's going to get people involved. You're going to need a big, but you're not going to need a dude that's going to need to score 50. You're going to need a guy that is going to do 2 things: rebound, finish at the rim, and just protect Just
I
be.
was gonna say, I was gonna say your boy Vucevic till you said protect the rim, and I was like, that's
that's what I mean. Like, yes, you definitely want to protect the rim, but the thing about Vuce, if you guys have DeAndre or
Jackson Hayes
or Jackson, you know
Jackson's
those guys.
Big.
He's athletic and big. He can play that role of like I would love him coming off the bench and playing that 6-man role of like bringing energy. But with DeAndre Ayton, you know he likes to play a little more perimeter mid-range. If you can bring Vooch in, Vooch can fill in that bottom half of the big man portion, and it's going to be hard to really assess that one. But at the end of the day, man, I think with the emergence of Austin Reeves, the Lakers are going to have some decisions to make, and they're going to have to look at some possibilities because I think at the end of the day, they could make a run at the championship if the certain pieces fall into place, but you got to go find those pieces first. So
the NBA has been interesting so far. I mean, and then we go back to what we talked about last week with, I mean, all the betting scandal stuff has even gotten crazier.
God,
and it's like all these guys are starting to come out that were at these poker games. Like there's allegedly KG, allegedly Tyronn Lue, like the list goes on and on and on of like people, which I think helps these individual people's cases that a lot of people were not duped, but like involved with it. Like they didn't, it makes me think that they didn't know as much because it's
so did you hear about Chauncey? About the people alleging that he might have been more than just like, setting the props. He might have actually been affecting these games. Somebody played a clip of him of a game they had when they were playing OKC. They're up 1.
Oh, yeah.
At OKC with like less than like 45 seconds. Something happens. They get the ball. They're up 1 point. One of the Blazers player dribbles into the corner of like the half court. Chauncey doesn't call a timeout, right? He doesn't call a timeout. I forgot what the call was, but he starts freaking out on the ref. He gets 2 double technicals, gets tossed from the game, and they score a freaking free throw, and then they win the game off that. So to me, and the whole time too, they're showing it like Chauncey was never calling a timeout, and he might have been arguing the fact like that he was, but bro, it's very easy to call a timeout, especially when you're in front of the ref. They make it that easy. So you can call time. So it looked super sketch.
It's not looking good.
It's not looking great.
And then there's all these other names and all these people involved.
And there's a lot of other names, and it's starting to now look like not like it's all one big giant conspiracy. Everybody's all in the same thing, but to me, it's starting to feel like there's a cultural problem of gambling in sports, and people are just doing their own things under the same guise of like, I'm setting props here, doing whatever, allegedly. But at the same time, it's just starting to feel like they're shining light on one thing, and it's going to shine a light on another area, and it's going to shine a light on another area, and it's going to start this domino effect that doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon. Hopefully, it doesn't leak into other sports, but
it's going to.
The mob really has this type of reach, man, and they've been doing this for years. That makes sense why they're not in the construction business anymore. They're not they're not getting down the same way they used to. They found a new lick. They found a new source, and they're probably exploiting it. And this is probably the first is coming to light.
Yeah. Well, it was good to catch up.
Wait, one last thing. One thing that's been pissing me off, and I'm not even a football fan. Kevin Stefanski is pissing me off so bad. Just play Shedeur. Don't even play Shedeur at this point. Keep Dylan Gabriel there, and for the rest of the year, because if you put Shedeur in at this point in the season, whether he does good or bad, it's going to hurt worse if he does bad, because this line, like the line, like their own line is already not the greatest. Their offense is already sketch. So to plug him in, it's a no-win situation. So I've been keeping up with this thing so bad, bro, and I just don't understand why they hate Shedeur as much as they do. I don't even care if you don't like Dion, but if I have to watch Dylan Gabriel on his tippy toes trying to look over the O-line and just closing his eyes and throwing it, bro, I'm going to go on a crazy Twitter rant, and it's not going to be good. I don't even I don't even keep up with football like that. Like nobody's been on my fantasy team, but it's just one of those things where I watch where I'm just like, that is a shit situation to be in, bro.
Yeah.
It's a shit situation to be in. That's why the pros are so sketch. Like I would want to stay in college too for 9 years. Like I would hate to be in Shador's situation, but I just had to end it on that because
shots fired at Dylan. I mean,
at Kevin.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think obviously,
this doesn't make sense, bro.
Yeah, it's not Dylan's problem.
FBI investigate the Browns.
Investigate for wins,
bro. They're intentionally throwing games. It doesn't make sense. They don't want to win. They don't even care to try to win, bro.
I know. You see Myles Garrett last weekend?
5 sacks, brother.
5 sacks. He's losing it on the sideline.
I don't feel bad for him because he just signed a fat plush contract that he chose to return to in Cleveland.
The Browns, yeah.
But so I mean, yeah, but to go out there and get 5 sacks, brother, and that's like scoring 80 points and losing by 20.
That's true.
It's like it's so disheartening.
It's unreal. All right, well, we'll catch up next week.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Ciao.
Yeah, coming in hot.